lips of fire, our hearts were frozen. Everything we saw came bursting into life. You breathed the bluest air and kissed the red sky. We were just young blood waiting for a fight. The broken and unloved huddled side by side. I told myself, I told myself those lions would come. Honey sweet, aged wise, you cut me open, and everything we saw came bursting into life. You breathed the coldest air, the fluid white light. We were just young blood waiting for a fight. No honor and unloved, howling all night. I told myself, I told myself those lions would come. Hearts and souls that bleed and grow, that crawl back home, that kick and scream and howl and kill for something real, for someone whole, are those who know. I told myself, I told myself those lions would come.
My name's Paul Thomas Saunders, and you're watching La Maison.
Celebrate, now your father's died.
I think the moment I'm most proud of musically is probably last night. We played our first sold-out show in London. I've been doing this for 4 years now, and it was just brilliant just to look out and see some faces in the crowd, you know.
All those tears she'd hide behind.
The part of music that I enjoy most is recording the music. That's where I think I strive. I'm not much of a natural live performer. I don't think I was born to be on the stage, but being in a studio and recording music and kind of experiencing a track develop is where I get that rush and that excitement from. I think I'm definitely more comfortable on stage now than I used to be. I think it's quite an unnatural thing to do, to be on stage and perform. I've come to accept that it's just one of the hoops you've got to jump through. And I think I'm starting to enjoy it a bit more as well. If I'm, just sitting backstage twiddling my thumbs, I get quite anxious and nervous. So I feel like I just like to be kind of outside of the venue until, the very moment I have to go on, and just go straight on stage. When you travel around, you can definitely kind of you definitely feel the difference between the different audiences. The French audiences are just so quiet as well. They're really respectful, but they can kind of go wild in between songs. They're really appreciative. We played a venue in Paris called La Cigale, and it's near Montmartre, and it's just the most beautiful venue, and the French crowds are just really curious and open-minded, which is brilliant. In England, people, I think people are quite spoiled for entertainment, which is a good thing. But I think you've got to work harder. You've got to work a bit harder to kind of, gain their trust and, win them over. Now and also before I started the album, I listened to lots of Vangelis. Just his soundtracks and his compositions are just like nothing I've ever heard. They're just really exciting. They're like modern and old, They're like an 80s view of the future, which is just a really exciting and colourful thing to listen to. Also, some Serge Gainsbourg as well. He did a record with Jean-Claude Vanier, and the production is like nothing I've ever heard. It's like such a novel approach to a pop album. Yes, it's just very original and unique, and doesn't try and submit to any kind of commercial pressures, which is something I really respect.
Forget me, forget you, let me forget you.
The biggest influence has been, imagery, and we spent a lot of time looking at the NASA image archives, and we tried to reference, images, and that way we kind of came up with sounds we hadn't even heard before. My album cover was done by an amazingly talented photographer called Neil Krug. He just went out into Death Valley and shot a load of photographs for us, and it was a perfect metaphor for the music.
How I'll miss you.
Over the next year, we're going to be touring a lot, and then we've got festival season, and then in the long term, just record, really, just see what mischief we can get up to in the studio.
How I'll miss you for a while.